In this video I'm going to talk you through the golf scorecard. I'm going to show you all of the different elements of it, how to fill it in, and how to calculate your handicap depending on who you're playing with and how good they are. So if we get into it today, we're playing Whitby Park in Northamptonshire. And if you can look, so we're playing in the Fun Golf World Championship. Player A is Craig, player B is Tiger, player C is Fun Golf Junior, and player D, who's also the marker, is Jack. What you generally get is you get date and time, and then you fill in the player details. And then right here, there's a box for you to fill in the handicap. So Craig's off 9, Tiger's off 18, Fun Golf Junior is off 36, and Jack is off 0. So the first thing you need to work out when you're looking at a scorecard is which tees you're playing off. So you can see here we've got white tees, yellow tees and the red tees. White tees at Whittlebury for competition only, yellow tees for general play. The red tees, also known as the forward tees, are slightly shorter. Every hole has its own par, so on the whites and the yellows they have different par, and this is indicated on this line here. So hole 1 for example is par 4, followed by par 5, 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, 3, ending on the 9th for par 5. And on red, it has its own par as well, usually slightly different. The first hole for example is a par 5, 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, 3, with the 9th being a par 5. The next line is called stroke index, also known as the handicap of a hole if you're playing in the US. It indicates the difficulty of the hole. So in golf, when you're looking at the stroke index, number 1 stroke index is the most difficult hole on the course, and number 18 is generally regarded as the easiest hole. So on the front line here we can see that hole number 4 on the yellows and whites is stroke index 18. Of the red tees is actually hole number 5, which is stroke index 18. We have to go to the back 9 to see which is the most difficult hole. It's the 13th hole of the whites and the yellows. It's also white off of the red tees just here. When you're scoring, you need to make sure, first of all, do not use a marker pen, use a pencil with an eraser on the top. So player A, Craig, you pop their score down for the first hole in the box here. Player B goes underneath. Player C underneath there. And the marker always needs to go in the bottom box here. The marker is really important because you're the one that marks everybody's scores within the 4 ball or 3 ball or 2 ball, and you mark at the bottom to attest that you've seen all of the scores and can validate that those scores have actually taken place. The next point to remember, so we've obviously referenced that they have handicaps. So the stroke index of the hole directly relates to the handicap that the player has for that course. So Tiger, for example, who plays off 18, Tiger gets 1 shot every hole. So he gets 18 shots, and the stroke index will tell him where those shots are. Craig, who plays off of 9, gets 9 shots. So we'll only get 9 shots on the holes that are numbered 1 to 9. So in Craig's instance, we will mark it on here, player A. Craig will get 1 shot in the first hole, 3rd hole, 6th hole, 8th hole, 10, 12, 1, 15 and 9. And if I add that up, that should add up to 9 shots. And then Fun Golf Junior, who's going to be playing off the red tees today, the forward tees, would get 2 shots on every single hole. So therefore, if Fun Golf Junior scored a 4 on the first hole, they would take 2 shots off of that for their handicap, and that would be a net 2. I hope this is making sense. If it is, make sure to tap that thumbs up button and give this video a like. If it isn't, then maybe just tap that subscribe button instead. So now that everybody's finished their round, you can see here that player A, Craig, scored 73, Player B, Tiger, scored 85. Player C, Fun Golf Junior, scored 91 off of the Reds. And player D, the marker Jack, scored 69. Now let's have a look. So first of all, we're going to look at the handicaps again. So Craig's off of 9. So from the 73, the net score, you subtract 9. So the score for Fun Golf Junior. So the score for Craig was 64 net. For Tiger, who's off 18, scored a net 67. So Fun Golf Junior, who scored 91, you take 36 handicap off, scored an amazing 55. And Jack, who scored 69, whose handicap is 0, you subtract 0 to their score, 69. So on that basis, the winner of this net competition would be Fun Golf Junior, 55. The winner of the competition gross, or total before handicap, would be Jack, who scored 69, closely followed by Craig. If you're playing in the competition, you need to make sure that you sign in this, and then the player would also sign here. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that will help you understand a little bit more about Scorecard when you next get out and play. And if you're looking for ways to further improve your golf, why don't you check out this video about how to complete a Stableford scorecard. I'll catch you in the next one.